Once, nestled in a quiet valley among rolling green hills, there lived an old man named Zenji. He wasn't rich, nor powerful, yet people from distant towns made the long journey to seek him. Why? Because Zenji knew how to quiet the storms inside the mind. And in a world full of noise, that was rare. He lived in a modest wooden home, surrounded by a garden of cherry blossoms that bloomed year-round, like whispers of peace. One day, a troubled young man named Koji arrived. His eyes were tired, his shoulders slumped under invisible weight. Inside, his thoughts spun like 1,000 bees, racing, doubting, clinging to fears he couldn't name. He bowed low before Zenji and said, "Master, my thoughts never stop. I can't sleep. I can't breathe. I need peace." Zenji simply smiled. Without a word, he led Koji to sit under a grand cherry blossom tree. Petals danced through the air. A breeze hummed softly, like nature breathing. Zenji spoke gently, his voice as calm as the wind. "Koji, your thoughts are like clouds," he said. "They drift across the sky of your mind, some dark, others light. But remember this, no cloud ever harms the sky." Koji listened, still caught in his storm. "But how do I stop them?" he asked. "How do I silence the noise inside me?" Zenji leaned down and picked up a small stone from the earth. He held it in his weathered hands. "This stone," he said, "is like your thoughts. Hold on to it tightly, grip it in fear, in anger, and it becomes heavy. A burden. But if you release it, simply let it rest, it's no longer a weight." For the first time, Koji understood. The goal wasn't to control every thought. It was to stop fighting them. To watch, to accept, to let go. And so, under Zenji's guidance, Koji began to sit quietly each day, watching the wind move the branches, listening to the breath in his chest. Some days were easy, others, the thoughts came crashing back. But Koji kept practicing. Days turned into weeks, weeks into seasons, and something changed. He no longer chased his thoughts like a frightened child. He simply noticed them, and let them pass. The clouds parted, and there, beneath it all, was peace. One evening, as the sun melted into the hills, Koji returned to the tree where it all began. Zenji sat as always, quiet, still, waiting. Koji bowed and smiled. "Thank you, Master. I finally feel light. Like the sky inside me is clear." Zenji looked at him with kind eyes. "Remember, Koji," he said, "the mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. If you plant fear, you grow chaos. But if you plant stillness, patience, and love, you create paradise within." From that day on, Koji walked the path not only as a student, but as a guide. He helped others sit beneath their own storms, teaching them to let go of stones they no longer needed. And in that quiet village, where cherry blossoms always bloomed, Zenji's wisdom echoed in the hearts of all who listened. Because the sky was never broken. We just forgot how to look beyond the clouds.